Hello, hello, welcome back. Part two, right? The saga continues. I got bored. Nobody came on. I was like, what happened? Nobody came on tonight. I feel lonely for moments. But then I was like, well, you know what? Let me come on here. Why not? Why not? I got bored. I was like, I'm usually on at this time. So I took a little break. I had my dinner. It was delicious. Um, and now I was like, what to do next? I was like, I checked my mail. I was like, okay. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? I could be on a show. I could be talking. I could be communicating, and others could be communicating with me, and we could be sharing our knowledge with each other. And I was like, yeah, let me do a show. I got bored. It's my channel's birthday. So the party continues, right? Keep the party continuing. 16 years on tube. I got a real strong ring in my ear, left ear. It came and went. It was super fast. It was like high pitch, then it just went away. Oh boy. I hope everyone had a good day today. Surprise. I'm back. I'm bored. Rather be talking than watching television. I don't even watch television. I just watch YouTube shows and get pulled into the YouTube world. And it's usually shorts and so forth. That's why I told Paula to do the shorts, because a lot more people are looking into shorts than having to go to your channel and watch a whole discussion about it. I mean, you could guide them to that discussion, but at first you gotta lead them to the water. You can't force them to drink it, you know. But you still gotta lead them. But hey, I'll be here. Let me put out the link. So, if you want to come on in, you can come in. There we go. Let me open up my YouTube channel. There we go. Looking good. Gotta leave a like. Don't forget to leave a like. Gotta start liking this shit. We gotta start liking what we're doing here. Oh, what a night. I got bored. I really did. I was like, what should I do? Should I watch a movie? I was like, I'm tired of watching movies, and I just rather be here and just discussing stuff. Tiramir's working, so I know he'll pop in, a little later. He'll come through. And others will come through. Bring an Angel. So what's up?
Hey, happy Monday to you, Rick.
How you doing, Angel?
As you could well imagine or guess from what I said yesterday, cleaned again today. Contacted a few people earlier today in regards to some things that are coming up later this week there. and then on top of that, they're just about to make something for dinner. I've ordered enough from the weekend, so I ain't gonna be ordering any more for a
Yeah.
while here, just because of my health and all that. But it's between either a banquet chicken pot pie or a healthy choice Alfredo chicken dish.
Mm.
The Alfredo chicken dish is kind of calling my name there.
Hey, go with your going. Choose what you feel like you want the most.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, has it been really hot over there?
I didn't go out today just because I decided to stay in the throughout today there and just take care of cleaning around the house. But when I had left the house on Saturday, there when I went to go to see the new TMNT Mutant Mayhem movie at my local movie theater. I actually rode my bike from my house to about 3 miles distance wise where the nearest theater is at from my house here. And let's just say I hydrated myself and drank plenty of water before leaving the house. So I was good. But by the time I got to the theater, I was sweating bullets, if you could well imagine. I was sweating my butt off. The water was coming down all sides of my head there, and even when waiting in line to get something from concessions, some of my sweat even went as far as down into one of my eyelids here. So if that doesn't tell you how
Wow.
hot it is still here in Arizona, then I don't know what will. But it's still pretty hot here in Arizona as of this moment.
Oof. Yeah, in summer. It's hot. Well, you're gonna be getting rain in a few weeks, so it'll cool down a bit.
Yeah,
You'll
that'll
get
be a good thing to get here in Arizona.
yeah, you get it in a few weeks. I mean, within 2 weeks, you guys gonna get some rain, so it could at least cool down and hydrate a little bit out there. Um,
Yeah, most definitely there.
yeah,
But
just make sure.
I've been listening to a lot of Ja Rule put on me recently here too, because let's just say, and I don't know if you ever felt this of me recently, but let's just say there's a woman I've been communicating with that lives in the state of Florida, and I've seen her on video many times because we speak to each other on Instagram, speak over to each other over the phone, and our conversations can go anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour long there. And we just giggle and love each other for what we are like. And she actually is the kind of personality of a woman that I've always been looking for there. And as of right now, Ja Rule, where it's like, where would I be without my baby? The thought of my break me, and I
Hmm.
wanna go crazy. But every bro needs a lady, and
Hmm.
just everything of her is what I'm really feeling communicative, passionate, and more like hopeful for the both of us for the long run because everything of her personality, her spunk, her sense of humor, her characteristic, everything of her is what I always been dreaming of, and I just love her with every ounce of my well-being. But there's been some people that tried to tell or try to tell me she ain't perfect, she ain't the one, and this kind of stuff when they don't even know how often or how long we talk and how often we see each other on video and that kind of stuff. And it's just sad of the kind of status of what we're at, how people want to try to break it up. But I'm more hopeful and like not optimistic, but more so I know things are going to work out in the long run as long as I take it slow and steady, and things will be with where they're at for the future as long as things continue in the direction I'm taking it.
Right on. I mean, no one should be getting in the middle anyway, so I don't go around announcing stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's like you don't want to draw attention, and the gremlins like to come in, love to play with you. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't just parade, my information like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to keep that in your pocket. But yeah, Florida. I was born and raised there, so it's pretty hot there. Very.
Do you ever wish of going back there, Rick?
Yeah, I'm going down at the end of October.
Oh, you're
I'm
moving
going.
back down there, or are you going there for a
No,
visit?
I'm going there to go to Halloween Horror Nights, and
Ah,
I'll be bringing my butt back over here. Um, I'm not leaving Connecticut. Connecticut is very comfortable for me here. Um, but yeah, I want to go and do the Halloween Horror Nights, and looking into it already. So it's going
I'll
to be
still be
pretty
up here.
interesting,
I'm
pretty
gonna
cool.
turn off my camera for a moment and look for what I want to make for dinner as of right now.
Yeah, go for it. So my things, I want to do the Halloween Horror Nights, and I want to do the also want to do one like a water park or something like maybe Volcano Bay, and from there I could go ahead and do that and check out Universal and be able to check everything out there. It's pretty interesting, pretty big park. It's just huge. But the Halloween Horror Nights is it's I've done it before and I want to do it again. And I think it'll be a good thing to see and experience again. It's been maybe more than 15 years. Um, Probably more than 15 years since I did the Halloween Horror Nights. It's around the time of this channel because this is my 16 year being on YouTube. So I think it would be pretty cool to do Halloween Horror Nights and then get the VIP because I like the when they give you it's like a group of I think like 10 individuals and they go at a slower pace and the usher um tells us the story behind each of the houses and explains each of the houses and we cut the line, we don't wait. Like that's the best part because I've heard individuals waiting more than 2 hours to get into a house, and at least with the VIP pass, you're guaranteed to enter all the houses and more than once. So it's pretty cool. It's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Um, Yeah, I think I want to do that this year. I've been thinking about it. It's been about 3 or 4 months. I've been thinking about it for October and Salem also. Would like to do Salem. So we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. And maybe
All right, I'm back. I actually am microwaving a healthy choice chicken fettuccine alfredo meal this evening, but also grabbed a Capri Sun as a beverage of choice for this evening on this Monday. But other than that, been a really chillax Monday for me. Besides the clean I've done, but let me just say this out of love and respect to you, Rick. You know the TV show, The Loud House. There on Nickelodeon. If you watch it with any of your family or anything like that, with how spiritual you are, I love coming to the quiet house here on your channel.
Yeah, because this is a peaceful spot to be at.
I
It's a
always
safe.
come at peace and all that kind of stuff when I'm up here with you. Even on days when it's the most stressful or the worst there, when I tell you what my day was like, and it always gives me at ease and peace of mind, and then helps me calm down and reflect on what to do afterwards.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Seven? How are you doing? Seven
Um,
Serpents. Hope you're having a
hey,
good
Seven Serpent.
evening. We're just hanging out. I got bored here, so I was like, let me just jump back on here and just talk for a bit.
Getting
Well,
high
welcome
right
back
now.
there.
Yeah, just
Hey, I'm getting
And
high right
happy
now.
Monday to you too, Albert.
that's what's up. Definitely thinking about future things that I'm gonna be doing within the next few months. I got almost every weekend I'm gonna be doing something. So trying to figure out
Um,
everything.
uh, but up until the 2024 of the new year, I besides my trip to Florida this October, there's really nothing up ahead of me as of right now. But I do will say this. I'm feeling, and I'm guessing you will feel the same way, Rick. 2024 is going to be a monumental and big kind of year for me. Because for one, January 2nd will mark the 5th-year anniversary that my court case, one of my favorite, that gave me my independence of me being my own guardian, that gave me the freedom that I always should have had there. And then afterwards, sometime in that year, my previous guardianship service providers actually want to do like a follow up or a success story kind of video for their facility, just to like have a bit of a testimonial for future guardianship providers and that kind of stuff, or for future clients that want to strive for their success like I have. And then the Thursday, I have a court hearing that will like help determine my future of my conservatorship. And if everything goes well and the court approves a year trial to help me get the skills and more so the capabilities of helping my own finance well-being. By this time next year, I could be on the verge of being my own conservator slash financial caretaker as well there. So I pretty much everything of what 2024 is looking at seems to be pretty bright. And I know there's going to be more stuff down the road ahead of me for next year. But I know there's a few things for sure that is up the road ahead of me that I know is going to happen. But everything else, well, I just am going to take it like one day at a time and just see what happens throughout the rest of this year and into next year of what will come about. And just from the way it looks like, it sounds like the next year is going to be a bright kind of year for me.
That's good. It's good to be positive. It's good to be positive and have a good outlook. Just gotta continue staying positive and not let the negative come and affect you so much. because there's always energy vampires and they just come and get you and they'll just mess with you because you're too open. But I'm rolling me another joint.
Yeah, I was getting high off my pipe in a moment ago. You heard me?
Yeah, I'm rolling me one right now. It's like I smoked a few earlier and I'm smoking the rest now. Like I said, I smoke 2 grams a night. Sometimes 1.5, sometimes 2. It really does help. It does help me a lot. And it comes from the ground, it comes from the earth. So well, then rolling this one out. Oh, I think I got a seed here. Yeah, I do have a seed. Oh wow. I got a seed. Yeah, I can use that seed. That is so cool. You rarely get a seed when it comes to dispensary medication, but once in a while you'll get one. It's pretty cool because then I could grow that seed. It'll become a nice, beautiful plant. I wouldn't know which one it is until it's grown because I mixed in 3 medications. I mixed in 3 at one time, so let's go ahead and put this here. Pack it in. Nice. Keep my tool nearby, my packing tool, and I roll my joints into like cigarette like. It looks like a cigarette, but can't really see it. Put it against my hat. Maybe I can see it if I put it over here. Not even. You can't even see that shit. You can't see it, but it's right here. So this is my last joint. Show stops when the joint's over. That might take an hour. So hopefully we could wrap this up by like 9:30. We'll do another hour here and figure things out.
But I think you kind of told me already. But what have you done today? I saw you were live earlier, but I
Mhm.
didn't catch it at the time. There when I logged on to YouTube because I was cleaning throughout the house, and then by the time I get on YouTube to relax for a bit, I saw that your stream had ended
Mhm.
there. But what have you been up to so far today?
Did my show and had dinner. I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and been here hanging out pretty much.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the first show lasted a few hours. I think it's like 3 hours, and then I'm gonna do another hour and a half here. So it's pretty cool. It's just an evening show. Um, See who comes through and interacts and so forth. No agenda. I didn't come in here with any like plans or how people have some topics that they go through and stuff like that. Whatever comes through comes through. Smells good. But other than that, it's been chilled. Just trying to finalize my trips. One of my trips is already finalized. I'm trying to get the second one. I'm gonna get the second one finalized um, by the end of the week. Um, I got doctor's appointments
If
tomorrow.
you don't mind me asking, Rick, how much was it just for air travel where you go through to get a booking for a flight there? Because I see many different travel sites there, and I usually don't know which the best one to go with. And at the same time, there it's different depending on who you go with, as you know. And I'm just trying to make sure I can find the most decent travel expense to be able to afford to travel to Florida this October.
Yeah, Expedia.com is a pretty cool um, site. I mean, to for booking hotels and flights and cars and so forth. Um, I use that most of the time. Flights, it all depends who you pick, what price is there at the time. I mean, it's your prerogative on airlines. Like for me, I prefer JetBlue. Um, and there's others out there that can grab your attention. I think for you will probably be like because you're in Phoenix, so there's a lot of Southwest that's there.
But
Um,
I also know there's a couple of local Arizona travel airports there here too.
yeah, but you want to leave from a big airport, not a small one. It's just because
Uh,
of the prices and so forth. Usually
okay.
with the larger airports, you seem to find better or good deals.
And
Um,
what's the earliest would you recommend to get or go to the airport prior to boarding there? Because when I took my Greyhound the to and from Minnesota to here to Arizona and back when I did my first ever traveling in 2019, I think I got to the boarding station of the Greyhound terminal, maybe about an hour to two or early there. Is that like how long you would say it's the same thing for flight?
yeah, you have to go through the ticket. You have to get your ticket. Then, if you have a luggage, you got to check in your luggage, and then you have to go through security. And then once you go through security, you go to your boarding area. Usually, they tell you to get there an hour to two before your flight, for in case of any you know something
Um,
along the way that
um,
hinders you from
and
getting there on time, or if something with their plane. It's always good to get there ahead of time, but an hour should be okay. An hour and a half should be fine before boarding, but to be on the safe side, 2 hours, because you don't know if it's going to be a busy day, and then there's a lot of people and the security, and they need to go through security, and that's where it can hold you up, is the security. um
uh,
but
well,
other than
obviously, the only thing that I would take with me would be my phone, my wallet, and my keys. But the security obviously is a big benefactor, especially if I was to be traveling internationally from the U.S. to another country there.
Yeah, that's the
But
3 hours you have to be there before for international.
yeah, but I'm only traveling from one state to another
Yeah.
there.
Oh, don't worry. That's why I tell you, you have too much on you put too much on your plate. You
Uh,
gotta just stick to that route. So Orlando, then focus on that, and then find the best airline. I think what you're gonna run into is Southwest, or um like Delta, or or even American goes down that way from Phoenix. I mean, I'm pretty sure you have a wide range options from Phoenix. Um, because you're coming from the west to the east, so it's gonna get there. Just get there in a proper time and just check in. And it all depends on what time you leave and what Early morning is probably best because right, you gotta remember when you're traveling, you gotta add some time. Well, for you, it's not gonna be as much because you're crossing this way, and then when traveling out that back west, and then you gotta subtract. It's kind of weird. Thank God, like my phone and watch, it does it on its own. But it'll be good. October, it should be still warm out there for sure. Hopefully, there's no storms coming because this hurricane season is gonna be a bitch. It's gonna wake up and it's gonna be
Uh, and
a bad
and
hurricane.
I know you like meant the no need to swear or say that, but I do understand where you're coming from because the heaviest of storms or the most frequent of storms happen usually during the fall months there because
Mhm.
I don't see like barely any rain during the summer. There are a few storms during the spring, but most of the storms come about in the fall once the heat starts to die down and the humidity is still within the air of Arizona here that creates the clouds and the moisture that creates, as you know, storms.
You guys are gonna get rain in 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, y'all will get a system that's gonna go through that way and bring in some rain. Um, but that's from a system that's gonna be developing next to Mexico, and it's gonna go up the coast, and then it's gonna come in through like San Diego, and then cross over to New Mexico, well, to Arizona, and then down that way. And it's going to be influxed with the monsoonal rains. So it's going to pop up a lot of rains, flash flooding, stuff like that. So it's going to get a little hectic within 2 weeks in your area. And then the Atlantic, that's just that's a recipe for something crazy to happen. Hold on, you got echo. So hopefully, I hope it turns out to be a good season, but it's going to be a hectic one. Look what happened to Hawaii. I'm kind of pissed off at Biden. He's a fucking idiot. He's just anyone who voted for him. I feel like I want to punch him in the face. Just because like Biden's so heartless, so heartless. They asked him, do you have anything to say about the Hawaiian people that have perished and have or that are struggling in Hawaii at the moment? You know what the motherfucker said? No comment. He said no comment. Instead of saying, "Oh, I'm praying for those who who didn't make it, who didn't made it, who didn't make it, and those that are going, we got your back. We're gonna send, support and supplies, and we're gonna take care of you." As a president of the United States, wouldn't you console the country? And last time I checked, Hawaii is part of the United States. No comment. Oh man.
Wow.
Whoever voted Democrat and whoever voted for Biden, I just want to punch him. Just punch him in the face. That's it. It's like, how the hell did this clown got into office? Well, you got what you voted for. We're going to see over 500 people dead, easy. Because I'm seeing over 500 people dead. and they're only they've been starting their search, and from their search they only have been able to get 3% accomplished of 100%. So out of 3%, there's 96 people dead. From 3% of a search, you have 96 people dead. Now, what do you think are the statistics of more people dead? Don't be surprised if this number goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000 people dead. This is going to come heavy down on the Hawaiian people, and it's
I'm looking right now, and I tried Expedia, but those didn't really offer much as what maybe the cheapest option. I mean, they did, but it was like 260 there, and I
yeah,
don't think
check
I'll be
around,
able to
Angel.
pay that
Angel,
much
you
for
make it
my trip
complicated.
to Florida here. But I'm looking at booking.com, and there's one that I could book today for my August 2nd to August 6th dates that I'll be staying in Florida there. That is only $174. And then there's one for only 180. But these cheapest options are with Spirit Airlines
Oh
there.
Lord,
And,
hell no! I will never fly Spirit. Hell to the no! You couldn't pay me to fly Spirit. Hell no! I don't care how cheap it is. That's like I rather walk to
how
Florida.
bad is Spirit Airlines, if you don't mind me asking?
Go look at the reviews and you'll see. It's not a good airlines. You're guaranteed to be delayed. You're guaranteed to possibly lose your luggage. You're guaranteed to be in a plane that's fucking horrible. So I don't think so. I don't think so.
Let
And
me
also,
look.
you gotta also when you're checking for prices, you gotta make sure that it adds luggage or some kind of like you could carry on bag because they'll charge you extra for that. So be careful with these booking companies because they don't say it until the end, and then you're gonna end up having to pay for a carry-on and or a check-in bag. So when I go through JetBlue, it's included with my ticket. So I only fly JetBlue. It's a hey Ryan, how you doing? Hey Seven. Yeah, it's JetBlue for me. Um,
Uh,
and it's super comfortable. It's super clean.
yeah, I'm
Um,
looking at it, and right now, there's a site called Airline Quality. It has a low rating of 2 out of 10, average, for out of almost 5,000 reviews on that site. And then there's um, Travel TripAdvisor, that has over almost 27,400 views, and that only has like a 3 star rating, so tells that a majority of the reviews are probably 1 star there.
like I said, you couldn't pay me to fly on that jet. You couldn't give
Huh.
me a ticket and say, "Here is a free ticket to fly on Spirit." I would say, "Listen, you wasted your money. Try to get your money back. I don't want it." I wouldn't fly with them. I just, you get what you pay for. You pay cheap, you're gonna get cheap service. And it's not comfortable if you're like crouched up like a freaking pretzel while you're sitting there with no drinks, no nothing. Like fuck that. Mm-mm. Nope. Like nope. I stick with my JetBlue and I'm good. They go to all the places that I like and where I want to go, and they fly into my airport. So each airport is different prices because what you're quoted there is different from what's going to be quoted up here. It's Depends on the mileage, how far they're traveling. It's and you're flying out of Phoenix, so you gotta do your homework, and see what's more convenient for you. But you couldn't pay me to get on Spirit. I'm sorry, no way. Mm-mm. Nope. That's the airplane that they were trying to tape the wing with like some kind of aluminum tape. And you see like there's videos online about it. It's so freaking crazy. It's crazy. And in one of the videos, the girl, she's like, "Damn, they couldn't even done this before we got on the plane. Look at this dude putting tape on the damn wing. Like that tape is gonna hold that damn wing." Oh man, I was like, you know what? Get what you pay for. You
Mm.
want to be cheap, you're gonna get cheap. You pay.
Well, the Southwest has a few great options. I'm looking on their own website there, and there's quite a few. There's like one for 169, but let me see what kind of additional things it has there. Because I'm guessing Southwest has a better benefits like the luggage included and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta shop around. You gotta look around. The best times to shop is usually late nights. Monday nights and Tuesday nights are pretty good timings to get good prices on tickets. Um, so this is a good timing, but it has to be past a certain time, like 11, 12 o'clock at night. And they usually they put like the prices a little bit more down. But you have to do your homework and, get a pad, get a paper, start writing whatever website, and then put the price underneath and then what's included with it. Is the baggage included? Is a carry on included? If it's not, what is the price for it? And how much is it for a check-in bag? Like, just got to do
Because
your own homework. Be
uh,
your own
cause,
travel agent.
cause I actually always wanted to travel by myself, but like let's just say my guardianship in 2015 was still very restrictive against me, and because I was traveling with my dad, they thought I was gonna be sitting or he was gonna do some type of thing, and that's where they told me that I either had to have a supervised person with me or something like that. And I understand why my service providers have had problems with my dad back in the day. But at the same time, that still should gave them any restrictive rights to prevent me from like wanting to travel like by myself, meaning that me getting my own ticket for my own seat on board, even if it's in a different section besides the one where my dad was sitting, just so I could have like my peace of mind, if you know what I mean.
All right. Well, hopefully everything goes well with your case, and then hopefully you'll be fine if you'll be able to travel. So not to worry. Don't overthink things.
Mhm.
Like just you telling me all this, I could tell you're overthinking everything, and it's just giving me headaches
Yeah,
right now.
I guess it's just some of that stuff still bothers me, regardless if it was years ago.
Man,
There, but at the same
let it
time,
go. Listen to like you gotta let it go.
uh,
Because if you keep holding on to grudges, I swear to you, you're gonna end up having a heart attack. You keep stressing yourself out for no reason. No
oh dear.
reason at all. You just gotta absorb and take in what's around you, and just hone in on your mind and not be everywhere. Try to be like solidified, because if you're everywhere, you're not gonna get things accomplished because you're all over the place. You can't. You gotta like hone in and then focus.
Um, uh,
And
um, Rick, I love you, man.
thank you. So, with that said, you got to do some homework, especially when it comes to airline prices. Like, you got to be your own little travel agent and just try to get the best deal and what's included in it. Do some research. When I fly, I go straight to JetBlue. I got a JetBlue credit card, so I go with JetBlue.
Uh,
So yeah, all
um,
those,
I,
all
I, um, I just trying to make sure I find the right thing or the right possible deals for flight this October. I know it's still a bit ways away there, but with us getting into the mid of October, not October, the mid of August, October will be here before we know it. And at the same time, September is right around the corner here. So I'm just trying to make sure I do my earliest possible for.
listen, Andrew, if this helps you, listen to this. If this helps you, then don't worry. I For my October trip, will book it at the end of September, because October, you gotta understand this. Like, things in the tropics are crazy. It's gonna get crazy. You're depending too much on the weather being perfect and blue skies. There's a possibility you could be dealing with a Cat 4 hurricane. So, like, you can't really book out too far, or when it comes to areas that gets those type of storms and natural disasters. I don't never go to Puerto Rico at this time of the year. You only catch me going in the winter time or early springtime. That's it. In the summer
Hey,
and
I'm gonna
fall,
mute myself right quick.
I don't go to those. I don't travel in the Caribbean because the hurricane season could go boom and turn up, and October could be a horrible month. So like for me, I'm hesitant into trying to book too early. I need to get to at least at the end of September, and feel out October, because from what I'm feeling right now, it's gonna be a crazy freaking hurricane season out here, and I'm hoping us up here don't get a storm. Because I mean, I wouldn't mind a tropical storm coming through here, because several of them have come through here, but that energy is so strong when it comes to those systems, and sometimes they drive me crazy. Um, but this year natural disasters is gonna be crazy, and it's kind of like it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's not going to be a good year. A lot of people are going to die this year from natural disasters. I'm pretty sure in Hawaii, man, I feel so bad because they really had no time to get out. I am truly 3%, 96 dead. I'm trying to break down. That's about what, close to 30 person per 1%. So think about that. And they got another 97% to go searching for. Don't be surprised if the numbers climb up to 1,000 people dead. Oh, and this is a sign. It's a big major event that's being like No one's really talking like that about it. I mean, the media is trying to like balloon it now and trying to get there and try to report from there. But a lot of people died in Maui. So, and a lot of older people, people that couldn't flee. They didn't have a ways to like transportation to get out. There's a lot of sick elders that's there that depend on transportation. Like you could just imagine the amount of people. It's just really not good. Um, and I hear their cries. I hear the desperation. I hear like so many people, so many people. If it wasn't quick enough, how can you evacuate that many people in less than 40 minutes? In less than 40 minutes. That's nearly impossible without even the warning signs, without even the sirens to go off. The sirens didn't even go off. Like, I'm telling you, it's gonna reach really high numbers. A lot of people. Man. And I hope I'm wrong, you know? I really do, but I could feel a lot of people died. Like they were screaming, and there was no way out. There was nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. You were trapped. That was it. So many people. There's missing over 1,500 people are missing. 1,500. This is worse than Pearl Harbor. That's crazy. That's nuts. Such a big impact to the economy, also. Not only the economy for the United States, but for Hawaii. Mm-mm. That's wild, and it's gonna be the worst disaster in American history. Worse than 9/11. That is, you have to like think about that. Huh. If they're saying this is the worst disaster in American history, you're looking at 1,000 plus people dead. Oh, that's I was talking about that seven about HARP and how they are having weather wars and they are the Russians, the Chinese here in America, they are using HARP, they are using weather wars. Look at the pattern. Like if you look at the weather, like the map, or the like, you see the patterns because I'm always looking at the weather, and I'm always looking at the patterns, and I've noticed a big difference. And I start seeing news reports from China that they're having severe flooding, like once in a lifetime ever in the Chinese history, that they're dealing with severe floods that are killing hundreds and probably thousands, but they're not going to report those big numbers because they love to censor. And the same thing here in the United States. They like to censor. They're like, yeah, it's the worst natural disaster so far. 96 dead, and they only searched 3% of the area. Are you kidding me? In that small portion, you found 96 people dead. Do the math. You got 97% more. What do you think the number's going to be? They had no time to get out. They were trapped. Yeah, this sucks. Um, But HARP is a big it's being used. I could tell. I could see it in the weather maps. I could see it how the fronts are coming through. Like look at the severity of tornadoes that are happening coming across um through like Illinois, Ohio, or actually yeah, Ohio, um Kentucky, Tennessee, like this type of region, we're not used to getting these severe storms coming through here, especially in the summertime. It's been a wet summer here, and it's been like every other day we have a storm coming through, and that's not since I've been here. This is the first year that's been like this. I just imagine if this was winter and we had this amount of rain coming every week, like twice a week. You know how much snow we will have? Oh man, this year is going to be a bitch if we keep getting these like systems through here like this, and we're going to get a good amount of snow. I mean, El Nino tends to do stuff like that too, and it's just the pattern is just really awkward patterns. You know, I kind of Ryan, I heard about that before about the space lasers and stuff like that, and how the military, especially the U.S. satellites, do have some kind of weapon on them. That if another satellite was to come nearby, that they shoot it down with a laser, and they take down other satellites with lasers. You know, it's I believe in that. You know, sometimes you'll see homes all burned up, and then the other across the street, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, and I saw some of the pictures from Hawaii like that. Like, all these businesses and homes burned down, and then you see a structure across the street with like nothing touched it, not even smoke damage to the building. I was like, what? I started questioning the picture. I was like, that structure, what's on that building? Because nothing happened to that building. But you're showing me all this burnt up shit, and then nothing happened to that building. Like, and then some houses were okay, and then some were just completely burnt to ashes. It's just mind blowing. It's just how did that happen? I mean, that must be some luck. Trees are okay, homes destroyed. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. It makes you think like what truly happened, because when in the beginning I was asking for answers of how it started, who started it. Like they sent already, I think today they sent FBI agents to Hawaii to figure out how this fire started. I mean, no, it's not enough that Hawaii doesn't have their own agents, but let's go ahead and send some from Washington so they could come up with the narrative. Why would you send FBI agents and not like FEMA or some Red Cross and stuff, all that stuff, but you want to send FBI agents? How are they trained to go into a smoky area that's charred to find out like how it started? Like something that's weird. Something weird about that, especially if you're using the FBI. Like that's right there throws red flags. You know, that's fucking nuts. But hopefully, hopefully we'll get some answers and get some numbers on the death toll, because like I said, I would love to be wrong. I really would like to be wrong, but I see over 1,000 dead.
Well, I'll be quite honest. Everything you say, even to me, is always accurate there, Rick.
Yeah, but I want to be wrong this time because that's a lot of people. I'm telling you, it's worse than Pearl Harbor. It's worse than Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor was nothing compared to like what's going on, like what had just happened. It's people are not really putting into mind how devastating that this fire was, and it's probably it's probably the worst fire to kill that many people in this world, like at one time. I mean, I can't think of any other fire that killed close to 1,000 people easy. Like I can't. I really hope that all those people got out and they're safe, but and there was traffic. They couldn't get out, right? Like you think they were able to drive out and like, hey, today I'm doing 65, I'm getting out. No, there's traffic. Everybody's honking the horns trying to get the fuck out. A lot of people burned in their cars. A lot of people burned in their cars. A lot of people burned in their homes. And a lot of homes. Mm. This is one of the worst natural disasters that's ever happened in probably modern day history. I mean, how far back can we go where we had plus 1,000 people dead because of a fire? I mean, nowhere near our lifetime, that's for sure. I'll be. It's 9:04. I'll be on for like another, still like another half hour, and then I'll be off of here. It's just I can hear all their screaming. That's what's driving me crazy right now, because I hear this buzzing sound in my head, and then I hear all these people screaming. A lot of people screaming. Like, oh man. Many people, babies, regular, kids. A lot of people died. And I felt that. I told you something really big was going to happen. I people need to start listening to me and listen to what I say, because I said within this month and within a month something really big is going to happen. Go back and watch the shows, you'll see. I felt the energy, something big was going to happen, and that is something really big. And not only that, but there's also another fire that's broken out in Oregon, and something is telling me that this is being done deliberately. So something just said it real loud in my head. It was done deliberately. Like it was just, there's something smells foul. Something that's not right. That's one of the world's biggest distractions that's going to be right now. And look what's happening to the United States and their leader.
But I'll be quite honest. This morning when I was tuning into or opening my YouTube TV app on my Roku TV that I have, because I paid for a subscription to YouTube TV for my cousin, but I'm using it for myself until the subscription is up. And when I tuned in and went to my local CBS station, it was talking about some type of gas explosion at a recycling facility here in Arizona. And when they told the location, it made me think it was right close by where I am at. But thankfully, it ain't like that close. It's probably about like maybe 10 miles away from where I'm at. So thankfully, I'm a bit ways from where it had happened. But when they had told about it and that the cleanup is like in the midst or underway as of right now, and I saw what it looked like, I'm like, oh gosh. And even there was a geographical, like a satellite map of the fumes that were spreading from the fire across Arizona from what they have reported. And I'm just thankful nothing has came in contact of me because I've been in the home most of the day. But at the same time, from what was reported, was just scary.
Yeah, it's scary, because they're not going to tell you that the air is toxic. That's they'll say it's just stay indoors. That's all they'll
Yeah.
tell you. They're not going to be like, oh, the air is toxic. Ah, run. They're not going to do that. You got lucky they even told you that there was a fire at a recycling plant. They usually report that a few hours later after the fact, and they were like, "Oh yeah, so we're just gonna like go ahead and tell the people to yeah, go ahead and stay indoors, don't come out, be a hermit crab, stay inside."
Well, I always love being indoors up here with you whenever you're live there, Rick.
Yeah, I'm trying to be live every day, so not all the time. It takes a lot
Because
of
I
effort.
know there's a part of the year where you take some time off and all that, but for the time that when you are live, I always love seeing you, man.
Yeah, thank you. It's it's I'm seasonal. I'm not here. There's certain times I need to take a break, and I just take a break. I just tend to myself, and when I'm good and ready, I come back. And this time I'm gonna be here for a good while because I got a few things coming up, and gonna be showing people, you know, pretty cool things in the near future. So, um, yeah, 909, 909 here. Where you're at, it's what? You're
Um,
609 right
uh,
now?
yeah, it's almost 6:10 p.m. here in Arizona where I'm at.
Yeah. It's a
So,
3 hours difference.
uh,
And you gotta get used to those 3 hours. You
uh,
gotta get used to that 3 hour difference from traveling from to Orlando and then Orlando back.
Arizona to Florida.
Yeah, it's a 3 hour difference, so and you are gonna feel it. So be minded that you have to adjust your timing,
Yeah,
because
no. My phone obviously will update it based upon where the location of the map sensor will tell me. So it'll automatically go from the Arizona time to the time zone that is in Florida there. So
yeah,
I'll be able to tell. But obviously, for the time that I'll be staying there, which is only about 3 to 4 days there, it's not going to be a huge difference there. But still, with like, let's say if I was to go there down to Florida, if I had the money to book my reservation to tonight and go tomorrow morning there, if I didn't have to work this week, which I do this Wednesday, then if I was to leave, like let's say 7 a.m. my time tomorrow, I know it would be 10 a.m. down there in Florida.
no, you have to add some of the travel into it too. So it's a bigger difference when you get there. It's because remember you're going against the wind. So, well, actually, you're going with the wind that way. Coming back, you're going against it. Um, but it's still going to be a difference in time. But you'll see when you put the information, it'll tell you how much time it's going to take to get there
Yeah.
and so forth. But yeah, man, you'll be fine. Don't worry so much. Um, yeah, don't worry so much. You worry. You fill up the plate so fast. It's a lot.
Well, the one thing I'm gonna have to ask for is possibly back or like the number of hours that I was working beforehand because I'm only working 8 hours this week, and unfortunately, this week is the last week of the current pay period before everyone gets paid again a week from this up and coming Friday there, and this 8 hours will only be what will be given or paid towards me for this pay period, and so I'm going to be talking to management this Wednesday when I go in to see about working as much as I was beforehand there just because I want to make enough to help with save up towards travel expenses for my trip this October.
Yeah, so start saving money too.
Yeah.
So no more splurging and ordering food.
I know, but you told me to treat myself, which I pretty much did this
No, but you
weekend.
treat
But
yourself
as
2 days
of right
in a
now,
row.
I start saving.
You went 2 days in a row with treat yourself. The
Oh
treat yourself was the pizza. You
yeah.
came extra with the Kentucky Fried Chicken yesterday because you ordered it
Yeah.
before when it came on my show. So
Uh,
I can't that's on you.
well, well, I guess I just want to treat myself more there, but as of right now, I need to stop treating myself there and save up for what
Now you gotta
I
start
want for my trip there.
budgeting yourself. You gotta
I
self
love you,
budget.
Rick.
Start saving some money, put it to the side because you're gonna need money for the side. So
If anything, I could either ask my conservator for some extra come close to the time when it is for
but
traveling.
the
So
point is but Angel, the point is not depending on them. Because they're gonna see that you keep depending on them, then you're never gonna break free from them.
well, yeah, but they're the ones that have control of my money, and there's probably
But
excess
aren't you
money
trying to
that
break
I have
away from
that
them?
could request there for
But
my
are
expense for like food and all that when I go to Florida this October.
yeah, but try not to try to depend on them because you got to prove that you don't need to depend on them. Only when you really need it, then you get it. But other than that, like you got to prove, you know, because they're gonna see that oh, but he still depends on us. He calls us up. He's always asking for money. He's doing this and this and that, and that it's they act funny. That's because that's what they do. They try to keep you in that system. They want to keep you there. How do you think they get paid? How do you think they have that job? They don't have it just because oh yeah, no. They trying to keep you there.
I see where you're coming from, and at the same time, I don't think my guardian ad litem is like seeing that. But at the same time, if I didn't took myself to court as I did in 2018, I still would have been in Minnesota if I didn't thought for
Yeah,
what
but
I
that's
thought
already
was
done.
right for me.
Yeah, but that's already done. You clinging on to past
Yeah,
too much.
yeah.
We're dealing with now. Like this is now. The past is the past. You already accomplished that. Congratulations. Yes, you did it. Now you're doing now. You're
Yeah.
trying to get a better outlook in your future, but you keep getting stuck in the past. And you're being stuck in the past, and it just keeps on and on and on. Yeah,
Well, I'm
no.
just well at the same time I'm being hopeful with what I know I can do, but I'm just also looking, I guess you'd say, the resources of everything I have still as of this moment. But I do see where you're coming from, where they need to be or see that I can save up for what I want for myself and save up for like my own travel expenses, my own type of like equipment and that kind of stuff, and not be relying on them all the time there. But there is just as of right now, all the money that is still there is what they're holding on to. But if I want any, I have to submit a request there to my conservator.
And
To,
then you gotta tell them what it's for, what you're gonna use it for,
yeah,
and
you
like give a
obviously
whole
know
story.
you obviously know the fucking drill.
That, and then they're gonna make a decision whether if it's in the best interest, and they'll get back to you. It's just how can like you have to break free from that. You have to be able to learn how to control and control your finances and improve that way all that money comes to you and you can take care of yourself and not go crazy spending all the money. It's like you need to learn self-control. You know, it's like when to say no. And you whenever you go back and you listen to the
I'll get
shows,
through it, but
but you will be fine. Just stop worrying so much because my head, I'm
let
already
me
like,
ask you this: even if it is like a one-time expense, for this October, there, you still don't think I should ask them, regardless if I
I mean, they're
have
gonna question why you're traveling.
15,000 in the bank?
They're gonna question why you're traveling and if you're capable of traveling, and like it's just gonna they're gonna start. It's gonna be a whole bunch of questioning. You know,
Well, I usually tell her about what I'm doing and what I have planned for, and then let her know what it is that I'll be doing myself there. Because I believe when I took my Greyhound trip in 2019 there, I had or was given somewhere around the rounds of like eight to $100 to $1,000, which about 340 of it was for my round trip expense of the Greyhound bus, and the other portion was for outings and stuff to do with the family prior to me moving. When I tell things to her, she obviously understands and is aware. And a lot of times they do approve my stuff, but if you really don't think that they will, under this kind of circumstance, even
I
though
mean,
it's
they
like a
are, but
one-time thing,
the thing is, it's a lot different going to visit a state than going to moving to a state. Okay,
yeah.
when you left Minnesota, you were going to your final destination of Phoenix, and you already had someone already out here, a caseworker out in Arizona. So it's not like you were detaching and going somewhere and going on your own and taking care of your own. No, you have somebody watching over you still. So now you're trying to go to Florida unsupervised, and you know, I don't know how they're gonna act about that, you know, because it's something. It's a big leap,
Well,
you know.
I don't know if you like know that, but back when I had gotten my independence in 2019, I had took my first ever trip by myself. But even though I was supervised, I do see where you're coming from.
It's
But I'm
different.
very smart. I'm very wise of everything. And if my conservator has a problem, I'll just tell them that I know what I'm doing and that, and I'll tell my family because my brother knows, my people know. But at the same time, I just want people to stop fucking harping over me. For God's sake, stop trying to dictate my goddamn fucking life. Sorry, my language. It's just I know what's right for me, and I know you're advising me, but I need you to stop, like with the advice that really isn't benefit for towards what I see of what I'm doing there, Rick. And then at the same time, there, I do see where you're coming from. Like I said about how I had someone, but it's just someone watching over me and that kind of shit. But I just need people to stop with the fucking
Well, then
criticism.
okay, but the thing is, you have to prove it. You have to
Well,
prove
I
it.
think I've proven enough to my people there. And at the same time, last month I sent an email to my previous social workers, and they actually are pretty proud of how far I came in my life. But at the same time, I just need people to stop fucking bitching my goddamn fucking logic. Stop being a motherfucking parent. Stop being a goddamn dictator, and stop fucking harping over shit over me when you are not my goddamn father.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the advice that you are giving me there.
Well, then take that advice. You don't need to start acting crazy.
I'm sorry.
If it's affecting you,
of this
okay.
kind of shit.
If it's affecting you that bad, then yes, you do have a problem. Yes, you need to see a psychiatrist. Yes, you are not okay, and yes, you're not able to travel. If you're gonna get like that, everything you're trying to prove to me is totally opposite. So you're just proving to you like, and you've done this before. You're not new, and trust me, I don't back down from anybody, and not even you. You got the wrong one, because I am very magical and I make things happen. So I will
I
accept
just
your
want
apology.
you to
If you're
understand what I know, what I'm doing,
I'll accept your
and at the
apology.
same time,
I'll accept your apology. Okay, but I'm not gonna have you get all crazy up in my channel. No, yeah, you've done this on other people's channels. I already know this, but you're not gonna come and do that here, especially if this is a safe channel, a safe place for everyone. No. So I will accept your apology, and if you can't apologize, see your way out.
I'm sorry, Rick.
Okay. Because that's very unacceptable.
I just want you to trust
I
in
can
knowing
only
what
lead
I'm
you to the
doing.
water. I can only lead you to the water. I cannot force you to drink the water. That's all I can do.
I just want you to know that I know what I'm doing, and at the same time, I do see where it comes from. But my conservator here in Arizona obviously sees me being able to be independent, and I know what I need to do to for my traveling that I want to do for this October. And I just want you to understand that I know
Prove it.
every aspect of
Prove
what
it
I'm
to them.
doing.
Prove it to them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Prove it to them. You don't have to prove it to me or anybody else. They're the ones that are watching over you. They're the ones that are hawking you. They're the ones that are controlling you. Prove it to them. That's all I
Yeah,
want you to
I'm
do.
sorry, Rick.
I
I'm
want
sorry,
you to
Rick.
break free. I want you to be able to control yourself and your own finances and not have to beg any individual for money or have a decision made. Like, how can you live that way? That's some Britney Spears shit.
I'm sorry,
Like,
Rick.
that's some crazy shit. Like, she broke free. And look, she's on her own. Look, use her as an inspiration. Like, you want to be free, right? You want to break the chains. Well, you gotta prove yourself. That's all. You know, the more you prove, the more
Again,
you
I'm
show.
sorry, Rick.
Yeah, you gotta get yourself under control. That's it. You know, choose your battles wisely. You know,
Uh,
that's all I gotta say. Hey, Albie,
What's up?
what's up, man?
ouch. Hey, look, because
Mm-hmm.
of my anger, I cut
Mm-hmm.
myself. If you can see that little,
Mm-hmm.
like skin torn off there.
You know, now you gotta go put some alcohol on it. Do you have alcohol? Go for
I have ointment there, but
peroxide.
I don't have any type of alcohol stuff for wounds like that.
Oh, well, you can put some ointment on it. See.
I'm sorry, Rick.
It is what it is, Angel. You gotta get it out of you. You know, you just this week is gonna be a very, productive and interesting week, and you got a lot on your plate. Just don't overspill your plate.
All right.
One thing at a time.
But maybe the one thing I don't like is constructive criticism and all that. And I don't think it was any type of constructive criticism that you were giving to me there. It's just stuff that you obviously know that you've been through yourself there.
Mm. Yeah, and the fact that you have to prove yourself all the time. It's always been
Mhm.
for me to prove myself. I wasn't set out in the world like, I had to prove myself that I could survive. And I was able to break away free, and I'm good. I've been good ever since I was 18. So
Uh,
I'm fine. I'm
mm.
still gonna be fine from here and on out. Until the day I die, I'm gonna be fine. I have a budget. I know my numbers. I know what I'm capable of. I know where and what to do, and it's gotten to me to be comfortable. I would love for everyone to be comfortable and not have to worry or have to be asking anyone or anything for money. Uh, Fuck that. It's 9:30, so I'm gonna wrap it up because
All right.
it's that time. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it, Angel.
You have a great night, Rick.
Thank you so much, Angel, and also those who came through the chat room, Ryan, Seven Serpents, uh, whoever came through, Mr. Baggins, hell of a name. I love your brain and I love your name. So I love the thought on that. So thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hopefully this was a learning lesson tonight. I hope he goes back and rewatches and listen to what I said. I don't come on here to waste my voice or to be like putting anybody down. It's the complete opposite. This is a safe place. This is a happy place. This is a place of positivity. And sometimes you got to exercise those energies to come out, like how Angel showed that energy that came out. That's what we do here on My Mind or Your Matter. Thank you so much, Albie. I'll see you around. Everyone else, have a great day, a good morning, and a good night. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.